And as India enters this critical phase of the vaccination drive, the focus is also on private hospitals. Whether India can accelerate the vaccination process, take it into fifth gear, depends on private-public partnership, on whether private hospitals can procure the vaccine directly. Private hospitals, remember, they're low on the food chain right now in terms of supply. They get preference after the centre and the state. But we are now told that the Apollo group of hospitals and Max hospitals have managed to procure supplies of vaccines and will begin vaccinating Indians above the age of 18 from tomorrow, that is the 1st of May. On schedule. Joining us now, we'll have Shobhna Khamenei, Executive Vice Chairperson of the Apollo Hospitals, and we have Abhay Soy, Chairman and MD of Max Healthcare. Ms. Khamenei, to you first. Several private hospitals have been keeping channels of communication open with vaccine makers, even though there's been no clarity on vaccine price or supply for private hospitals. But now you've managed. What was the Apollo Group's COVID-19 vaccine procurement plan, and what does this mean on the ground for those who are keen to get vaccinated tomorrow and have an Apollo hospital in their vicinity?
So, Sarah, we've been talking to each one of the vaccine manufacturers for the last we've been talking to them for 8 months now. And we said whenever there's supply, fortunately, we've been able to get some of that for our people. And tomorrow, it really depends on each state's portal. So please understand, anyone can come if you're 18, if you're registered on the COVID portal. So this is the situation for tomorrow.
All right. Mr. Soy, what does this mean for pricing? Have you, for example, brought from a company or from a state? Because that would determine your price range. I know that Apollo has gotten the vials of Covishield. What about Max?
So, Sarah, Max has also got Covishield, and we procured it directly from the company, from Serum Institute of India. As we speak right now, our consignment is on a flight about to be delivered in the next half an hour. We have the dispatch bills and everything, so we are looking to start this tomorrow. In terms of pricing, our price has been, we had to purchase it at 600 rupees, and then of course there may be a GST element on top as well.
Ms. Khamenei, you didn't respond on pricing. What can we expect in terms of pricing?
So, both the vaccine manufacturers that we have stocks of have been very transparent. It's 1,200 and 600 for Serum. We were able to negotiate for the Covaxin to include 200 rupee delivery charge for us, the administration charge, and that's the same charge that we'll apply on top of the Serum Institute. And then in between, like Abhay said, there is a 50 rupee GST that they are not absorbing.
All right, of course, that's a practical reality. Ms. Khamenei, you said you've been speaking with many manufacturers for months, 8 months now. What about bringing foreign vaccines from Moderna and Pfizer? Can we expect that at any point?
I think those are challenging at this point, and they will be a lot more expensive. We've already started talking to Sputnik. The first lot will come, and that will be fully imported. Indigenous supplies will probably start only end of June. But we do hope that by July, Indians will have a choice of vaccines to be able to, choose what they feel good with. Right now, we have 2 available.
Right now, we have 2. Talking about time, talking about July. Mr. Soy, 4 months ago, people were talking about vaccines expiring. Now you see a complete shortage. How long before you see supplies improving?
Well, I do believe that the productions are being ramped up as we speak. Production of Covishield itself was supposed to go to close to 100 million vaccines a month. So in the coming months, I do believe the vaccine supplies will improve. We need to set up vaccination centers. this is going to be done in conjunction with the government. Of course, it's in collaboration with the government. As private sector players, as Max, I believe we play a small but a very essential role in augmenting the government's efforts to essentially vaccinate as many people as possible, and really to make sure that this national vaccination drive we can cover as many as possible in the shortest period of time as possible.
And
so we've been working on creating our supply chains. We've been working on
no, go ahead, Mr. Soy, go ahead.
So like I said, we've been working at our supply chain. Like Apollo, we've been in touch with producers for many months now. We believe we are privileged, that we've been able to access this vaccine, which we intend to roll out tomorrow. I'd like to repeat. I'd like to highlight on your show that there are no walk-ins. All bookings will be done through the CoWIN app. So these are going to be pre-scheduled appointments. So as and when the CoWIN app opens up for our particular centers, please book your appointments first and then come, because as you're aware, the central government ruling states that there will be no walk-ins.
So can I just clarify again, there's been this huge shortage, there's been so much confusion over the last few days. Many people who had gotten a slot, gotten an appointment, today got messages saying, no, sorry, you can't come in. The fact that both you and Apollo have managed to get this large consignment, will it, in the immediate future, like for tomorrow, for day after, for this weekend, will it ease things up on the ground for those who have been waiting for the 1st of May, like me, for example, and really want to get vaccinated? Mr. Soy.
I think
so yes,
actually anyone. Go ahead, Mr. Soy.
Okay.
Well, yeah, most certainly it will ease up things on the ground. We have returned the government's quota of vaccines, which was with us today. We will be vaccinating people with the vaccines that we procured from the Serum Institute. The pricing will be a little higher, of course, because the government quota, we were doing it vaccinations at 250 rupees, whilst the cost of this vaccine alone is about 600 and plus GST and so on. The price may not be the same, but yes, definitely we would look at vaccinating people tomorrow onwards.
Ms. Kamineni, as Mr. Soy said, you're hoping to back up this government and take this phase, into 5th gear. We need the clock is ticking. We need to vaccinate as many people as possible. There is a race going on between the number of cases rising in the country and the number of vaccines we're administering every day. Have you been even close to the maximum number of vaccines you could have administered at the Apollo group of hospitals over the past?
Not at all. We've done 500,000 vaccines, probably the largest in the private sector today. And I can tell you that we're today, if you could give us 500,000 a day, we'll administer them. If we had the place, if the infrastructure, and the portal was ready, CoWIN portal, we would administer. There's one more fact that I really, that you haven't asked, Sarah. This is, I think that some of the vaccine that we procured, and there's a lot of ambiguity about people and their second dose. So one of the things that we're going to take a call is that those that really, think that there will be confusion for the second dose, but need to get it, and they're willing to pay this higher price. I think that some of this stock has to be reserved, because that's the immediate necessity, because these are people above 45, not vulnerable, whereas it's allocated for plus 18 and above. I do think that this is one of the things that we'll keep in mind till the dust settles and the government is really able to, our billing systems, of course, can handle 2 lines of the government of, the 250 and this 600. But if there is a problem, I think that people should not worry that there will be doses there for them for the second dose.
All right. So you're saying the priority needs to be given to those who've gotten the first dose and need to back this up with their second dose on
Just
time.
at the beginning.
when needed in the beginning. All right. Thank you so much, both Mr. Soy and Ms. Kamineni, for joining us. And with this good news, really, that these private hospitals are going to be equipped with vaccines tomorrow for the rollout of the third phase as planned, as per the original schedule. Thanks so much.